In this video, I want to talk to you about testing and grading. So on this site here, I'm going to scroll down. Got some information here on testing and grading. Looking at the syllabus, we've got assignments, projects, and tests, and then late work is what I'm going to be concentrating on in this video. The assignments are worth 20% of your grade, and you can access those from the Newton website. All the assignments and lessons are down on the Newton website. You have, and I mentioned this earlier, you have an unlimited number of tries on the assignments until the due date. So the posted due date for that assignment, I think the first ones are due on the 22nd. Most of the assignments, after the first group of 5, I think, most of the assignments are due on Sundays. This first one is due on Friday. For Riverland, I need to gather some information about who is participating in the class and attending. And so that first group of assignments is due on Friday, the 22nd. However, most of the assignments will be due on Sundays. You need to get those done by 11:59 p.m. on that due date, whatever that due date is for that group of assignments. Please don't wait until the due date to get that assignment done. That's not what they're there for. You have 2 weeks to get the first 5 assignments done. I don't expect it to take you 14 days to get 5 assignments done. I would expect you to get them done sooner than that. The idea is that I want to give you enough time to get it done depending on your schedule. However, if you get it done by the 10th of January, great, move on. You do not have to wait to get that next group of assignments done. If you get everything done by spring break, you're done. This class, everything is open right now. You can work as fast as you want. So those due dates, don't wait until the due date to get these things done. Get them done right away and move on. Keep going. You can go as fast as you want through this material. As long as you're learning the material and you're getting stuff done, great. Keep going. So those due dates are the last time that you can submit any of that work. This is true for projects and tests as well. But please don't wait until the due date. Get it done ahead of time, especially if you are going to have questions. You want to move forward because some of the assignments will take you longer than others. So keep going with those. I mentioned it earlier, you have an unlimited number of tries. If you stop at an 80%, that's the score I'm going to put in the grade book. If you stop at a 30%, that's the score I'm going to put in the grade book. But keep going. I mean, as the instructor, that's what I want you to do, is I want you to keep trying and keep working at it. If you are banging your head against the wall and you just can't get through a certain problem, email me, ask for help, reach out for help, and then move on. So you're stuck in a problem or a group of problems, take a picture, email me, let me know what you're working on, and then move on to something else, and I'll get back to you, and then you can come back. So you don't have to wait for me to move on to a new lesson. Ask your question, move on to something else. If you get stuck again, ask your question, and then I'll get back to you on those things that you're stuck on. So you don't have to wait on that. You can keep on keeping on. Ask for problems, email me. 20% of your grade is on assignments, and those are typically due on Sunday. So if we'll go with the second group of assignments are due on February 7th. In fact, I think I have it right here. February 7th. So these 7 assignments, I think 6 assignments are due on February 7th. The test on that material, so the test on the February 7th material, which is a Sunday, will be due on Friday, that following Friday. I don't know, is it Friday the 12th, I believe? Which one that is? Yep, February 12th, Friday the 12th. But if you are done on Sunday, if you wait till the very last minute and you're ready to take that test, take it on Sunday, take it on Monday. You don't have to wait until Friday. But I'm giving you that time if your schedule doesn't allow, so you have some opportunity to take that test. You don't have to wait until the 12th to take that test. Take it ahead of time. So the basic setup for this class for due dates is assignments are due on Sunday, tests are due on Friday, that following Friday. If there's a project, which I'll mention here in a minute, that would be due on the Wednesday in between. So it may go assignments, project, test. That's how it might go, depending on when the project is. So watch those due dates and make sure that you're monitoring those. Okay, that's it with the assignments. The projects, so going into the projects now, projects are worth 30% of your grade. There are 4 projects that you need to complete. I'm going to look at where to find those here in a second. So those projects need to be completed and submitted by their respective due dates or ahead of time. In fact, if you get it to me ahead of time and you made a mistake, I'll try and get back to you and say, hey, you made this mistake. If you want to try and fix it, I'll change your grade. So if you can get it to me ahead of time, I can work with you. If you turn it in on the due date, I may not have time to get back to you and have you fix those mistakes. So get it to me ahead of time. It is in your best interest. Projects worth 30% of your grade, like I said. If you go to the main D2L site here under assessments and assignments, this is where you're going to find your projects. I'm going to go to a student view so you can see what that looks like on your end. Here we go. Okay, so there are 4 projects. Like I said, systems of linear inequalities. It all adds up, are irrational and quadratic equations. There are 2 ways that you can do this. If you want to print off the PDF and write your answers on the PDF and then either scan it back to me or take a picture on your phone or somebody else's phone and submit it to me that way, that's fine. In fact, that's the way I would probably do it if I were doing this class. If you want to do it on a Word document, if you'd rather just type your answers on a Word document, you can do that. Typing math is challenging. Typing mixed numbers, typing equations, typing exponents, equations within fractions. There's a lot that is difficult with typing math. If you feel comfortable doing it, that's fine. So if you want to do it on a Word document and submit it that way, you're welcome to. However, I'm going to pull up the project here. If you want to do it on a PDF and write it, that's my preferred method. Some of the projects will have graphs. So I have graphs already on there. So you can use the graph paper that's already provided and just draw on there. If you want to use a Word document, you can try and make that work, but I leave that up to you. So that's what you'll have. You'll fill in the project and submit that to me by the respective due dates. The 4 projects are not split up. The 4 projects don't split the semester into 4 pieces. The 4 projects align with some of the material in the class. So the systems of linear inequalities project matches up with the systems of equations and inequalities material and test. And so it's not, don't think that it's broken up into 4 chunks with the projects. Those align with the different units that you'll be doing. So watch those, monitor those, make sure that you are keeping track of when those projects are due. Those are due. Those are found on the D2L site. Everything else is found on Newton. So that's with the projects and how you find those and access those. You can ask me for help on projects if you email me and ask. Tests. Tests are worth 50% of your grade. You only have 1 opportunity to take the test. The assignments are unlimited. The test, you have 1 chance at that. And you have a 2-hour block of time. The tests are, 10 to 20 questions. And so they're not insanely long, but you have 2 hours to do that. The work that you do for those tests, and I assume that you will be doing some work for those tests. Factoring polynomials is not something that most of us can do in our heads. So I expect you to be writing things down and showing your work for those tests. You must submit your work for every test on D2L. If you don't submit your work for your test, you will see a grade penalty. There's 2 reasons for this. One reason is accountability. This is an online class. You're taking the tests at home. You don't need to have them proctored. You don't have to set up a time with me to Zoom in and take your test that way. You're doing this all from home. So there is some accountability. So I need you to show your work just like you would if it was an in-person class. Submit your work so I can look that over. The other end of this is computers are incredibly picky. If you meant to type a 2 and you typed a 3, Newton doesn't know. It's just going to count you wrong, 100% wrong. It's worth 3 points. You typed a 2, you meant to type a 3, 100% wrong. If you submit your work, what I'm going to do is for every test, every problem that you get wrong, I'm going to look at that problem on your work, and I'm going to see if I can't give you some points back. I'm going to do everything I can to give you credit for what you know and for what you understand. So if you made a mistake in your typing, I might be able to give you all the points back. If you rounded incorrectly, but you did all the other work right, I can give you some partial points back. I'm going to try and give you as many points as I can. And the way I can do that is if you submit that work. So the two pieces of that is I want to try and help you raise your grade. I want to try and give you as many points as I can. And computers don't do a good job of that. That's where instructors come in. The other end of it is accountability, because you are at home. So you need to submit your work. And the way you do that is under the projects, there's another group down here called tests, another category. And for each test, you will just click on that and you will submit an image of your work. You can scan your work, you can take a picture on your phone of your work, but you're just going to submit that image or that document here. And that's how you're going to get your credit for your test. Tests, again, worth 50% of your grade. Monitor those due dates and get them done ahead of time if you can. Late work, I've mentioned that a few times. There is no late work. You need to complete the work by 11:59 p.m. on the due date listed. You have lots of big chunks of time. You have 2 weeks for each group of assignments. So you might have, I think at most 8 assignments to do in 2 weeks. I think at least it's 4 assignments in a 2-week time span. So get those done as soon as you're able to, so you can move on to the next thing. That's how the testing and grading works. Mentioned that, so I'm looking at my list here quick. Dates. If you're stuck, email me. Ask for help, and get the support that you need. If you have any other questions, please let me know. That's the end of this video.